Do you experience knee pain going down the stairs? Well, today in this video, this is exactly the topic that we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about why are you having knee pain while you're walking down the stairs and what you can do about it. So without further ado, let's go! Hi, I'm Melanie the Physio, also the co-founder of Capital Physiotherapy here in Australia. In this channel, we have a full playlist dedicated for knee pain related issues. So I highly recommend you check them out. Even though the title might not suit you, I still recommend you check them out because I guarantee that there will be exercise in there that's gonna benefit you right now. Now, people complaining about knee pain while they're going down the stairs are one of the most common knee issues that we see in our clinic. And sometimes it doesn't just present as knee pain going down the stairs. Sometimes it can be knee pain while doing lunges, knee pain while doing squats in the gym, and sometimes light weights is fine. It's really the heavy weight that they start having issues, or knee pain going down hills, knee pain during or after running. Surprisingly, a lot of the time it's actually just going down that's causing the problem. Like going upstairs generally don't cause any pain. Not all the time, so going upstairs can cause pain as well, but generally speaking, it's really the down steps that's causing the problem. If what I'm saying is describing to you, then you most likely have what we call patellofemoral tracking syndrome or patellofemoral pain syndrome. Our kneecap is supposed to move nicely up and nicely down when we bend our knee, and when you have muscle imbalance somewhere on your legs, then you're causing the pulling of the kneecap to be slightly to the left, slightly to the right, slightly higher or slightly lower, and that causes compression on your knee. And that's why when you do it too often, because of the friction, you irritate the knee joint, and then that starts to hurt. And it's only certain activity that you do that's causing all these muscle imbalance, that's pulling the kneecap out of alignment, and that's what's causing your pain. So you can do all the scans you want. You can do CT scan, you can do MRI scan. It will come out and come back as absolutely nothing because there's no pathology going on there. There's no real injury going on there. It really is just a malalignment or a misalignment of how your kneecap is moving while you're doing these painful activities. A lot of this comes from biomechanic issues. So some point along your leg, you have some weakness or tightness in some area of your legs that's causing your kneecap being pulled in all the wrong direction while you're moving. Most of the time, people with this issue only have problem doing those activities. The moment they stop doing those activities, the pain is actually non-existent. So a lot of the time you just avoid doing certain things, but that's not really fixing the problem, is it? You're just avoiding all the aggravating activity. The root of the problem is still there. This problem, it can happen anywhere around your kneecap is the pain area, but most commonly what we see in people is that the inner knee part, the inner side of the knee cap is where the pain is. That's generally the most common area that people will complain the pain. So if today your knee pain is indeed on the inner side of your knee every time you walk down the stairs, lunge, squat, run, things like that, maybe give this following exercise a try and that might actually help you with your pain. Now the first exercise, you will need what we call a foam roller. Now if you don't have them, you need to get them. I'll put a link down in the description box below on where you can get them online. Now you want to foam roll your thigh area. So the side of your thigh and the front of your thigh area. What you want to do is put the foam roller right up to your hip, and from the side you're going to go all the way down to above your knee and then all the way up again. Try to find areas that's most painful. People who have this problem would generally find pretty much everywhere is painful. If it's painful everywhere, then just start with general rolling up and down the roller for a good 5 minutes every day. Now once you do this side already, come around to the front. Make sure you put your whole body weight on the front of your thigh, and it's the same thing. Go all the way up, all the way down, and do that repetitively for about 5 minutes. Now the second exercise is what we call the Clam exercise. Now you can do this exercise without resistance if you find that without resistance itself is difficult enough. But if you find that without resistance is too easy, then you probably need to get some variance degree of resistance strength at home, resistance band. Now if you don't have them, again, I'll put a link down in the description box below on where you can get them online. You want to come onto side lying, bend your knees up so then your heels are in line with your hip. Now keeping your heels together and making sure that your hip is stacked nicely on top of each other. You don't want to roll back for this exercise, okay? Making sure that your hip is nicely staying right at the side. Almost imagine that you have a cup of water sitting right at the top of your hip and you don't want to tip that water off, yeah? Now you're going to slowly open your knees up while keeping your heels together and slowly lowering them again. Now repeat this for about 20 repetitions and do that for 3 sets. And like I say, if it's too easy, you can start putting some resistance band on it and do exactly the same exercise. Now you should feel that the back of your hip is working, like the area where your back pocket is where we want you to feel it. If you don't feel it around that area, then you're probably not doing this exercise correctly. Reassess your alignment of this exercise and see if you can get the correct area working. Now, if you like this video so far, I would really appreciate that you hit the like, subscribe, and bell notification button right now, because that will help with our YouTube algorithm and the more people we can help with knee pain issues. Now, the third exercise is also another hip strengthening exercise. We're gonna start with lying side lying, making sure that everything is nice and straight, that your hip is in line with your knee, is in line with your ankle. Now again, with this exercise, you can do it without resistance band, but if you try it and if without resistance band is a bit too easy, then you would need to get some resistance band to make this exercise effective for you. Now making sure that everything is nice in alignment, you want to lift the top leg up just to slightly higher than hip height. Now you don't want to kick all the way up. Like I see a lot of people doing this where they kick this leg way up too high. That's not how you do this exercise effectively. You really only need to kick them up to slightly above hip level and then putting them back down again. Repeat this exercise again for 20 repetitions and do them for 3 sets. If you find that this is too easy and you're not feeling anywhere working, put on a resistance band. You can start from light, medium to heavy resistance, whichever one that suits you the best. Use those resistance band and do exactly the same action. Now you should feel that this is activating your hip muscle at the side of your hip. Now, if you don't feel it at the side of your hip, if you feel it at the front more, then you're not doing this exercise correctly. Or if you feel it at your knee, then that's incorrect as well. Make sure you change up your alignment, make sure you change up your resistance a bit, maybe a bit lighter, maybe a bit heavier, until you get the right spots working for this exercise to be effective. And the next exercise is wall squats with inner thigh squeeze. So you want to get a pillow or a soccer ball, or anything that you can get that you can squeeze your knee in between. Lean against the wall and squat down while pressing hard into the pillow. Now you should feel the front of your thigh working, more so the inner thigh, and the inside of your thigh is working more than the outside of your thigh. You want to make sure that you're pressing on your heels, not so much your toe. If you're pressing on your heel, then you activate the correct muscles. Hold that there for a good 30 seconds and then come back up. Repeat this activity for 5 repetitions. Now, if you like to understand the theory or the explanation more in depth regarding this problem, I highly recommend you check this video out, and also this video down at the bottom. There will be more in-depth explanation for this particular problem, and it will also have more exercise that you can do in those videos that would help with your situation as well. I upload video about health and fitness related topic as well as injury rehab topic. Once again, I'm Melanie and I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe, happy and healthy. Good luck with your knee exercise. See ya!